So for today's Relentlessly Real video, I have decided to share this video with my good friend Tim. Now, Tim introduced me to breathwork quite some time ago. Exactly, it's all about this breathing, right? But it's more than just breathing. Tim, tell us quickly, or tell our audience what breathwork is in like a sentence or two, and what's the power behind breathwork.
What's the first thing you do when you're born? What's the last thing you do when you die? And every
Wow.
day in between, you breathe between 20 to 25,000 breaths a day. But how often do you actually focus on breathing? So we leave
So
this thing to default, don't we? Chantal, when I first learned how to breathe, it sounds daft, doesn't it?
does.
I was 50 and I thought, I've got 50 years of experience. I think I'm good. Hell no. We're not taught this stuff.
But now you know what, and you know me. I like going with it where things take me, and it's so interesting you say this. I'm doing this Relentlessly Real video series as a build up to publishing my book.
Mm.
Now, my book is effectively about sex, sexuality, and how it applies to our life. And what you've just said about breathing, when I went through this whole sexual awakening last year, I was like, but I know sex. I have had nearly 50 years experience on this shit. But when you dive into it, like the breathing, you realize there's so many lessons there. And I think breathing, like sex, is fundamental to life. There's so much we can learn there.
Oh, yeah. Well, I know that you can live for up to 3 minutes without breathing, but I'm not too sure how long you can live without having sex. I'll leave that up to you. All right.
We'll leave the jury after that. You know what? I'm going to bring it back to breath work, right? It's a modality that I love because, and I actually wrote in my journal this week, I think I like altered states. No surprise, I was a drug addict, right? I've always pursued these altered states. And breathwork takes me into that altered state
Mm.
where I see things, I feel kind of disembodied, I feel a bit trance like.
Yeah.
But I find whenever I access that state, that's when I'm going to use an expression of my client shit shifts. It's
It shifts.
fantastic.
Yeah. A client of mine said, Tim, you shifted my psychological sludge.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
exactly that. So we know breathing, and maybe you do yoga or you've heard of Wim Hof and all those things. Those are
Yes.
great and very, very valuable. Ones that can lift you if you're feeling down or calm you if you're stressed. And there's even ones to help you sleep better. But what you're talking about here is what's called holotropic breathing, which is you're breathing in a certain way, in and out your mouth, in and out your belly for an hour, maybe even longer, where it accesses your subconscious mind, theta brainwave states. And it's those times where your ego mind's out the way, your
Yeah.
body can release trauma and anxieties. And that's when you're accessing the deep knowledge and wisdom into your subconscious mind, that you're bringing all this wisdom up that's hidden. I mean, Chantal, I believe, have all the innate wisdom within us, or
So
at least
agree.
access to it. But yet our minds block us
Mm.
with
Our
correct breathing, which
ego
is what you're
blocks
talking
us.
about. It
Mhm.
blocks us. Our conscious ego mind,
Mhm.
edging God out, ego, blocks us from accessing all this wisdom in the universe. Now, that's what you're talking about. You're finding that clarity, the words in your book, the meaning in your sexuality, in your function in daily life. You're finding that from a peace filled space, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely. And it's amazing. And you know what? I really just want to say thank you again for always welcoming me into your sessions because,
My pleasure.
yeah, Monday night was exactly what I needed. It didn't
It's
feel like monumental. I kind of came out of it and I felt a bit fuzzy like I always do. And I floated off for a little while. But by Tuesday, what was the words that I said to you on Tuesday? Can you remember?
I don't. You have to tell me.
I said, I feel lighter. I feel like
That's
this
yes.
weight has rolled off. And you know what? That's how I know it works. So
Peace. What are
from,
we all
yeah,
looking for? Peace, love, harmony.
and it's also that connection to our body, Tim. So
Yeah.
important, so important.
Out of here and into here. Get into your
Absolutely
heart.
amazing.
Love it.
So, friend, thank you for showing up with me on Relentlessly Real, and thank
Love
you
it.
for your breath work. Love it.